Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man, got him hot, ayy. Man, can't ball like this, man, Lord. Past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Hey.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Rams. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
On the ready.
51 to mine. Let's go.
80 weapons.
Back in his home state, Royce Freeman getting the carry. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
64, weak.
They toss to Freeman. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On second down, Freeman. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On third down, it's Freeman. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it fourth down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
Yeah, from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Ready.
Mike Mark 2. I got it.
On first and 10, Sweeney. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
This is Freeman on first and 10. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Now it's Freeman. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Second and goal from inside the 5. They run from the pistol here with Freeman. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Royce Freeman with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Gurley. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
A first down run there for Gurley, but nothing opening up as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
You got three down.
Hey, wahoo!
52, 52. Here we go, D.
Now.
2nd and 10.
It's just me and you.
Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 40. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Ready?
After the turnover, here's Locke. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Ready?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, orbit. Yo, dude.
Locke will try again on 2nd down. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Watch the run.
Here's Locke to throw. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
On third down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the first down. But in this case, he turned it into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Now, that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelm, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Again, it'll be Freeman. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Royce Freeman, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give them 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at their 48-yard line.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Rams nothing.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Second and 6. He rifles one that's intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Hey, Roy. Get it.
Block off of play action. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15. Locked to throw on second down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
Down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Ready?
Now this time he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Sweeney. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Blue draw Porter. Go.
They fake the handoff. Now Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
50, plant.
You get blocked, me. You get blocked.
Go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Locke completes it to Davis. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Corey Davis, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. There's nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Being chased out left. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Sweeney. On the comebacker, complete. It's Collier. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll be a 1st down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Sweeney. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
18 Gator.
Check 52's the mic.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Now.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Darrell Henderson, his 1st touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football.
Let's go.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Locke nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abuka, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Down. 18 Gator. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 39.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect.
He's got it at the 15. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Block now. Over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Locke. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Hey, Zoo.
Here we go. Mike 51. Mike 51. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Hey, 61. Matchbox lights. 5.
They run. It's Gurley. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Go. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Bravo.
You better be afraid of me. 47's the mic, boy. 47.
2nd and 2. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Ready, set.
51. And we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
Big grip. Big grip.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Samson Abukum able to get the 5th sack of the season. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Play action. Now it's Locke. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. 3rd down here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Freeman. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. Now the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10.
Mike 52. All day, dog. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Gurley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 48, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gain?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard is going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
Come on. 50 seconds.
Ready?
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lock. He's got his tight end Fant. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. On play action, Lock letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Corey Davis, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
Screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Hey, Delta.
You got tight. You got tight right there.
Off play action. Sweeney. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going to try and throw. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
All day, baby. All day. All day, baby.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right, safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark. And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Royce Freeman taking it in as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
McManus's point after is good, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line.
That's trash. That's trash.
Ready.
Off the play fake. Sweeney. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Rams on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Sweeney. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 49-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Take four.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Here's Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 18-yard line.
After the loss, here's 2nd and 12 from the 18.
Key to tight end.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
First and 10 at the
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Sweeney. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Sweeney. And the pressure gets to him again.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Hey, exit. Ready.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Sweeney. And now here is another interception. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
80 weapons. Hey, orbit. Shoot.
On first down, Sweeney under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. Hey, tank. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Sweeney. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Stay focused. Come on. All right. I got you. My 52. Hey, me and you all day. I'm coming after you.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 50-yard line. Today's final score, Broncos.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Broncos, they keep pace.